Oliver.
See, your business partner wants to participate.
Yeah, no, my canine family. Well, good evening, good evening. Welcome to this Facebook live stream. My name is Sheila Abrams. I have Mr. Tyrone Best in the house, soon to be, again, best-selling author of the Dream Chaser Manifesto. I did a live stream earlier today talking about this wonderful book. But Mr. Best and I are here talking about the Millionaire Summit and, you know, just why it's important for people to learn how to keep their millions and learn the proper experts they need to have in their corner. When I first came up with the idea of the Millionaire Summit, it was actually March 2018 that I started planning it. And at that time, we had an event coming up in April at the Let's Go weekend, and Mr. Ty Best wasn't doing too well. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to even tax him with coming all the way across the company in a plane. I had these big plans on having him zoomed in on a Zoom platform because he is going to give the opening talk on you could become a millionaire by choice, because, you know, his health is first and foremost the top of my list, is making sure he can live another 20 years, 30 years. So when I said I plan on zooming you in, what did you say, Mr. Best?
I said, that's not going to happen. Okay, period. I'll be there. I said, I'll be there, period. I'll be there. Okay, you cast that in blood, cast that in conquer. I'll be there. You got to zoom me in. For that. I said, no, that's not going to work. I'm telling you, look, no, you don't have to come. We can zoom you. I said, I'm going to be there. Period. Okay, we can. I said, it's not a decision for you to make. I'm going to be there. Okay. And I wasn't feeling as good then as I am now. I mean, that was before I had this secret magic pill that had me drop like 70 or 80 pounds of fluid right away. So now look, I'm going to South Africa. I'm getting my tickets and stuff straight on Monday. I'm gonna be in Cape Town. So I'm hitting the road, Jack. We're gonna make this thing happen worldwide. So
and before we carry on with the conversation, I have to comment, because I commented a minute ago, but I want to comment on Facebook. You have an entire ensemble on now. You did a video earlier, you were in all white, that was yesterday. Today you're in all black. It's got your name, Ty Best. It says Wealth Builders Worldwide. You got the hat on that says make more money, ask me how. Can you tell me, what does that do? What does that do when you're out just doing life?
Well, first thing I'm gonna say, they say I'm just copying after what I heard geniuses do. Geniuses don't spend a lot of time figuring out what they're gonna wear all day long. That's too much brain power for that. Just Einstein didn't do it. Bill Gates don't do it. I said I'm not gonna do it. And got to give credit to Mr. Clears Cox and Miss Diane Ship and all those folks down in Alabama. They made this shirt for me. And I said, oh my God, this is my whole summer wardrobe. So I had to call them immediately and say, make me some more. So I got me some more white shirts, some more black shirts on order right now. And of course, for those who can't read, the shirt says Wealth Builders Worldwide. On this side, it has my name. And I'll talk about this hat in a minute. But literally, I like to put on things that I promote my business.
Yeah.
I don't understand these folks who in carry bars and they still walk around with a Nike shirt on and a Nike cap on and a Lexus cap or I don't get it. Or a New York Yankees cap. I'm going, man, you need to come into the 21st century. You need to be promoting what you are about. Okay. And if you're about carry bars, I say put some gear on about carry bars. I saw Mr. Richard Shoto on Facebook just now. He had his cap on, free gold, had his shirt on, same thing. I mean, you geared up. And the thing it does in the marketplace is that I love for people to approach me. Now, I would approach them. Make no mistake, got no fear. But man, I love the one to say, what's that all about? Okay? If I sit there with a waiter waiting on me as an example. Now, I call it easy food. I don't like to necessarily prospect a lot of ways, nothing against them, 90.6 and breathing. Yeah. But if I'm sitting with a cap on that says, make more money, ask me how, and you wait on me for an hour, and your brain don't go, what's it all about? I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to approach you on, it just, I still might do it. Depends on your personality attitude. But I love people stopping. People will stop you. When you put a hat on that free go, ask me how cap, people stop me all the time in the store, everywhere that cap on. You cannot go with that cap on. And right now I'm seeing the same thing. I just got this yesterday. So I'll let you know more about how this happens over the next 5 or 6 days. Okay. But this is my summer wardrobe. I wake up in the morning, it's gonna be a black shirt, gonna be a black one of these, a white one of these, and it's gonna be a free gold cap or make more dollars, ask me how cap, period, everywhere I go.
Well, I tell you, that's one thing. I was never a t-shirt wearer until Carrot Bars. And now my son and I, when we leave the house, we have our t-shirts on because it promotes conversation. And you're right, it makes people kind of conversate with you. Whereas if I was wearing this out, they would walk right past me. I would walk right past them, depending on how much time I have. If I'm standing in a line and somebody's in front or behind, they're getting prospect. But the shirt is a conversation starter. And I love that. But I love the way you're matching. I love the way the logo is. Just wow. So anyway,
but I'm like you. I wouldn't wear, anybody has known me, I've never wore caps. Yeah. I have never worn a cap to Carrot Bars, folks. So the last year here in Carrot, I didn't understand wearing caps and hats and all that kind of stuff. I never could grow a big afro, but my hair, you see the length of my hair right now? That's what it was when I was 12 years old. I've never had, but I've never worn a cap. But I had to go everywhere with this cap on now because it just, one, saving for combing the hair, but it also, I can throw this cap on, come out and do a live stream in 2 minutes. I throw a shirt on, the cap on, I'm streaming. Okay? Brush my teeth, I'm streaming. So this cap does it all though. And so a lot of folks got these caps. And by the way, the store I get them from, they can't keep the white ones. That's why I got this black one here. So every time I went there last time, got all of them, came down to Let's Go Weekend. I didn't get out the line before they was gone. I said, folks, go to the lids in your neighborhood, your mall. Okay, I'm not trying to be in the hat business. Okay, I'm in the Carrot Bars business. Okay, all these are tools to promote and support your Carrot Bars business.
So what are you saying about going to the lid? What is, and you just buy the cap and who
the store is called Lids.
Yeah,
Lids. And they got this called, it's called a snapback, very well done hat, costs about $30, and then they print what you want on it.
The Lids will?
Yeah, the typical store, they got the stuff right there to print it up. Wow. You tell them what you want on it, they do it right there on the spot. Okay. I had a gentleman call me from Florida, said, man, I found a place right at the mall right outside of Orlando. He said, I'm gonna get my caps from there. I said, there you go get them made right there. And he said they can put it in any color you want. I said, I like gold. I like putting that stuff in gold. So my first cap said, welcome is worldwide. I got limited response from that because it didn't say anything to anybody. Yeah. When I put free gold, the numbers went up. And I put free gold, asked me how. The numbers got crazy. I'm gonna see what happens with this one. I'm just playing with it, folks. Okay.
But I love it. You're gonna let us know if you find like, oh, wait a minute, this is something that will promote conversation for that shy person that's out and afraid to just start that initial conversation with the stranger. Yeah. So we're looking forward to that, the numbers on that, which one you feel, because I've had different t-shirts that have said different things, and the ones that I thought would really promote, conversation did not. So those I wear around the house, they are. But, Mr. Best, we were talking right before we went live, and I actually had to stop you because you got on a roll when I said, people really, truly need to understand how to be able to keep the millions, that they're going to have. Let's say we're going to have people coming into $1 million in the next 2 years. Some people are going to come into $1 million in the next 6 months. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna unleash you right now. What were you telling me about that fact?
Well, maybe we can back up a little bit, Ms. Abrams, if you don't mind, and say, first, let's talk about this statement. What I mean when I said statement, you can be a millionaire by choice.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Because this summer we're having this cruise opportunity business presentation, cruise, dinner cruise, and I call it the Millionaire Summit.
Yes.
It's for anybody who want to come. Now I believe that they're gonna come and say you can't come unless you're a millionaire. Because we're talking about some different strategies, different things about what to do with that money. So that's why I want to get to the thing first. You can be a millionaire by choice. And see, I've never said that in 30 plus years of networking, because I know the commitment required, Everybody won't put forth the commitment. Everybody won't put forth the energy. Everybody won't make the investment, whatever. There are things that are prohibit people from becoming a millionaire by choice. They can do them, but they won't necessarily do them. This is the easiest I've ever seen to become a millionaire by choice, because all you got to do is get the coin.
Yeah.
I mean, how difficult is that to go to caraboss.com and start collecting all the KCB coin you can? I mean, if you don't want to go through the process of learning how to buy the KBC coin, that's a whole nother seminar. I don't want to get into all that. I'm just saying that right now you can sign up in Caraboss for free and then start collecting the KCB coin, all the coin you can, and get as much coin as your budget will allow you to get as fast as you possibly can. And as you accumulate that coin right now, that coin you think about is pennies. It's pennies on the dollar. But we know the coin itself can be worth 75 cents guaranteed by January. So you're looking like this for every 1,000 coins you get, that's $750. Okay, period. For every 1,000 coins you have, that's $750. And you get 1,000 coins right now for about $140, $150. You got 1,000 coins.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just math. No emotion, no Tyrone hype, no Caraboss hype, no Miss Abrams hype. It's just straight up math. You can be a millionaire by choice. And then you get the coin as much as you possibly can, and then you just wait. As the marketplace and the demand started to go for the coin, as people started utilizing the coin, as the word of Caraboss started to spread, the coin gonna go to 50 cents a coin, then 75 cents a coin, then $1 a coin, then $2 a coin. Now, if you sit on 100,000 coin and the coin goes to, look, the coin goes to $10, just $10, you're a millionaire. You have $1 million asset. And what did you do? You went to your computer and you got you as much coins as you possibly can, every single chance you can. Didn't take a lot of training to it. You didn't have to change your personality. You didn't have to stop watching football, basketball, ice skating, going to the movie. You didn't have to do anything except make a decision. So anybody who's listening right now, if you ever want to be a millionaire, you can be a millionaire by choice. It takes some faith, a little bit of faith, because you got to step out on faith, but the reward compared to the risk, I mean, I just say you're talking about like $150 get you 1,000 coin. That means 10,000 coin to cost you about $1,500. Wait a minute, and Caraboss got a system in place where you can actually earn free coin. So we're not even going to the competition play. You can get that stuff during the week. We talk about that every single week. What I'm saying is, it's a decision. It's just a decision. For those who listen, it is just a decision. So you can be a millionaire by choice. Now that you've got your million, this is what Ms. Avery and I started talking about. I started to go down the road. Okay. Because getting $1 million, you're going to think it's hard until you've earned $1 million. Once you've earned $1 million, $2 million, see right now, if you're making 25 or 30 or 40 grand or 50 grand a year, you think $1 million is a lot of money. Man, you so pumped about that $1 million, you think that's a lot of money. But let me tell you something. When you get money, a lot of money, more money you got right now. When you start making $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, or better yet, you have an asset that's worth $1 million, $2 million that you can borrow from and buy. If you understand how asset work now, you got a $2 million asset. You don't have to spend that asset. You can borrow against that asset. You said, look, I'm gonna give you 300,000 coin, or $300 worth of coin. Could I borrow $200,000? The guy says, sure. I guarantee any financial institution said, no problem. You guarantee it? Oh, here's $200,000. Then you can take $200,000 and pay off your mortgage or buy you a $200,000 car. Okay? As long as you pay back that loan, you still got the asset. You follow me? So, but watch this. Here's the challenge when you start having that kind of money. Believe it or not, you don't think so. The challenge is there's always something to buy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it takes more discipline. See, when you only make 40 grand a year, you can't go buy that Bentley. You can't go buy that $70,000 extended Escalade, okay, with heated seats, leather interior, chromed out. You can't do that. So you can't make it look. The average person, this system is so set up and designed for the person to be broke. You know, if you make $30,000 a year, they're only gonna give you so much credit. They do everything they can. They'll let you go right to the edge, and you can do some damage, but you can't do too much damage. If you're making 50 grand a year, you can do more. 100 grand a year to give you more credit. But the credit is also based on your income and your ability to pay back. So most people right now making less than 50 grand a year, no more than 10, 20, maybe $30,000 in debt. Unless you got some school loans. I'm not talking about the mortgage. Mortgage is another thing. I'm talking about that credit card debt, that card debt, that little month-to-month debt. You got $20,000, $30,000 stuff. So as soon as you watch it, as soon as you cash out, as soon as you look up and you got $1 million or $500,000 in coin, you wipe that debt out just like that. Now you're sitting there I had this conversation with a gym. I said, let me tell you something. Most of us never thought about this. I know I'm on the road. I get fired up, folks, about this thing. Miss A, watch this. I had this conversation with Jim the other day. I said, look, watch. I said, you got $1 million of coin, right? So yeah. I said, let's make it $2 million. Let's just expend a little bit. Let's make it $2 million. Okay, great. I said, now, you got that $2 million. Let's say you do cash out. Now what you gonna do with it? He said, what? He said, well, I'm gonna pay off the mortgage. I said, okay, so what you talking about, $150,000? He said, yep. He said, I'm gonna buy me a new car. I said, great. You just spent $200,000. Now you got $1.8 million left. What you gonna do? Tumbleweed. Had no idea. He's like, yeah. Wait. I said, you just spent 200, maybe 250. You still got 1.7, 1.8 million dollars left. What you gonna do? He never given any thought. Mm-hmm. I said, this is why we're having a Millionaire Summit. Yeah. Start telling me, what do you do with that money? You just don't want to spend it all and buy condos and buy houses that you don't need and buy cars you don't need and buy yourself 4 Rolexes and all that nonsense. And then 2 years from now, you still broke again because you've gone through $1 million. Because there's always something about you. Say, nope, I'm going to keep eating. Look, you may think you're going to keep your same lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. Don't anybody tell you, there's a big difference between a $200 suit and a $2,000 suit. You don't know till you buy one. There's a big difference between a $35. It may still look good in pictures and everything, but you buy a $35 shirt and you buy one for $200 and you buy one for $400, you go, oh, there is a big difference. There's a big difference between a $20 silk tie, I don't care what anybody tell you, and a $200 silk tie. Okay, it even folds different. It feels different, okay? There's a big difference between a 130 count sheet and a 400 or 500. There's a big difference. Okay, there's a big difference between flying first class and flying coach. Yeah. You understand? There's a big difference between doing your hair yourself and having someone else do it. Okay, there's a big difference between having your girlfriend do your hair and going to the salon and having a so-called professional do it every day for $2,000. What is he? See, yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Food tastes different. You don't want to go to Denny's for breakfast anymore. You might go a step up and go to IHOP or someplace different. IHOP's not a big step up, but it's still a step up from Denny's.
Norms.
Go to Norms for breakfast. Okay, you're not driving through McDonald's. You want to go to the Outback, and every time you go, you drop $60, $70 for lunch or dinner. Or 100. That's not that expensive, but it's more expensive than what you used to do. And then all of a sudden, one day, somebody introduced you to a place like Morton's or Spargles, where you go in there, you drop for $2, you drop $600, $700 for dinner. You go, what did I just do?
Yeah.
Okay. You no longer want a Timex, you want a Rolex. And we wear a cheap watch. It's one of those watches you bought for like $1,000. Everything. See, you don't think it changes. Okay. You used to wear belts cost you $25. Now you got a belt, one belt for $300.
But you know, the thing that we're talking about, we're pretty much talking about income from our cryptocurrency, mm-hmm. which, you know, when I'm on streams and everything, I proudly say I have no coins. Right. I'm talking about the hypothetical, if I had $1 million, okay, people start to say, you know what? And I was talking with Alan Austin on the stream yesterday about this. He said, watch what you're going to spend it on, because right now in July, the coins are going to be worth 43 cents a coin. And he kind of used the example of 100,000 coins. If you cash out 100,000 coins, mm-hmm. which is going to, no, I think it's 200,000 coins to get you $100,000 worth of liquid asset.
Mm-hmm. Approximately, right.
He says, if you're spending it on something that is pretty much non-revolving, something that's fixed, he says, I want you to look 5 years from now. That coin could be worth $45 a coin. You've lost $4 million. Trying to pay off something that you weren't hurting on anyway, paying that monthly payment, you know, maybe like your mortgage for now. You know, your car note, you're not hurting on paying it. And it doesn't revolve like your double-digit credit cards. Mm-hmm. Those you want to wipe off. But stuff that's pretty fixed, He said, look at the long run. These coins are going to go up in value. And right now you have just a finite amount. And once you spend them, they're gone. And when you try to rebuy some, you're buying them at a higher rate. So what sense did that make? So you really have to look at, what should I be spending them on while they are only 43 cents? Because we have to realize in July, they'll be 43 cents during that whole conversion rate. That's not a rate to get rid of your whole inventory on. You know, if you're dire, it's in need to clear some of that off, but to just go crazy. And like you said, people will start to change their lifestyle, and then they're going to spend more than they ever had, and then their coins are gone. And then the coins are gone. So you need to educate yourself. You know, for one, educate what you have your hand on, this beautiful vehicle of the coins, but then really look at what you have your hands on with Karat bars, because we can become, you always talk about an income millionaire. Yeah. If you're making $1 million a year in Karat bars, how many of your coins are you going to spend?
None.
You're not going to touch them.
None.
You're not going to touch them. And you're going to have a hard, you're going to be at Mr. Best level, hypothetically, because I don't talk about income, hypothetically, trying to worry about getting all the money off your MasterCard in time. You know, that's the next level problems. Where do you keep the money? How do you handle the money? You know, next level problem. So,
hey, look, you said, look, Ms. Abrams, I'm talking to folks. I'm saying, people say, well, Tyrone, you're not concerned about July 4th because you don't need the money. I said, well, correct. I said, you're correct. And I work like crazy working on this income millionaire thing. Yeah. So I don't have to think about those coins. I said, man, I pay more attention to it on July 4th. I may pay more attention to it in January, but I have no intention of cashing out one day. I'm on the phone today with a guy who's a crypto expert. Because I'm not, guys. I'm telling you right now, I'm not. I am so ignorant about that cryptocurrency. It's embarrassing. But I don't worry about it. I know the number one thing I said, focus on what you're strong at, as John Maxwell said. Focus on getting people on the team. Boy, I said, this guy said he's sitting there, he can't wait to July 4th. He said he's on all these folks will be dumping their coin. And I'm gonna be sitting there to buy it all up. He said, I can't wait this. He said, I know they're gonna be dumping that corn. I'll be buying all that corn up 40, 45 cents. I'll be buying it all up, Jack. I'll be buying it all up. He said, because I already know it's going to 75 cents in January. He said, that's low ball. That's the guarantee. Exactly. That's low ball. He says, I'm gonna be gone it all up, man. He said, I can't wait. So I know there are people right now that can't wait to dump that corn. They'll be gone. Now, wait a second. If that corn should go to $1, $2 by January, they're gonna be sitting there so hurt because they cashed out. And the people who are thinking the most about cashing out, the ones who need it more, they're the ones who got like 20,000 coin.
Yes.
They got 15,000 coin, 30,000 coin. They can't wait to cash out so they can pay off a couple credit cards, maybe pay off a card. I'm going, you guys don't get it. Man, sit on that coin. Yeah. Sit on that coin.
I'm gonna tell you a story. Now that our coins have kind of been going on sale a little bit, you know, Stephen and I have been thinking and taking every opportunity to get more coins. I had a beautiful set of 3 different pergolas, which are patio canopies. 3, they were really pretty, 3 of them across the back. Well, we had a horrible wind 2 weeks ago. I mean, this windstorm, you would have thought a tornado came through this whole South Bay area, which actually there were some twisters, but you know, we can't call them tornadoes because we're in California. We don't have tornadoes. But anyway, the wind lifted them up, turned them all on their side, broke them, and they were gorgeous. I paid about probably $300 a piece for each of them, which is not a lot of money, but for outdoor patio furniture, you know. So now that they're gone, I'm looking at, I'm gonna have to replace that. So I started pricing them and looking at it, and I said, That's a good, I could get a nice one for 300 each, almost a different design, but I'm looking at $1,000. And I said, you know what? Before I spend that, I'm going to buy some more coin. Now, quite frankly, I honestly may get one simply because we like to take my granddaughter out on the patio and she has such fair skin. It's funny, we African Americans, for some reason, we don't believe we need sunscreen. And I've suffered from that. In the summertime, I'm not putting sunscreen on before I leave the house. But we have to think about her sun exposure, and so I'll probably get one because I still want her to be able to go outside and I want it to be safe for her. But you start to look at, no, I'm not buying that right now. I can get more coins, and that's what I'm going to do. Stephen and I have ledger wallets. Those are hardware wallets where our coins are on. Well, Ledger's coming up with a brand new, Ledger X, and it's going to integrate with your phone. It's a fantastic thing. And it's going to be around 130 a ledger. And I told him, he was looking at them and they start shipping next month. And I said, you know what, when we get home, let's order both of our Ledger X's. And he said, okay, great. But then on the way home, I looked at him, I said, wait a minute. Now, would you rather get $120 more KCB since they're under 4 cents right now? Or do we want the Ledger? And he looked across the table. He goes, no, we want the KBC because the Ledger's still going to be there next month. The Ledger's still going to be there. So we got more coins, 3,000 more coins? I mean, you start to really look at, that's what we used to say about spending money in gold. Well, that was a gram of gold. Mm-hmm. Well, we look at things and say, well, that's 1,000 KBC coins.
Yep.
And as these coins go up in value, that's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So it is a shift, and it is to get all the coin you can. Just get all the coin you can, because you're never going to have enough. You're never going to have enough.
I had to talk about that age. Because every time you understand, we earn the income in Carabaos, and all I want to do is buy coins. I don't even want to eat half the time. I just want to get coins. First of all, go.
Yes.
Every time you buy something for $60, I go, that was a gram of gold. And my mind goes, I didn't spend $60. If that gram goes up to $100, $200, $300 a gram, I just spent $300. Yeah. Whatever little $50, $55 item I got. Now it's even worse to the coin. So I finally put myself on a budget, say, okay, every Friday, I'm going to get this many coins, this much gold, and then I can relax. Because there's no such thing as having too much coin. It's like I got too much money. How does that exist? So no matter how much you get, you want to get more. I keep saying, I don't have a lot of coin, folks. I know somebody in my house does, but I don't. So anyway, you just keep accumulating coin. And then Carabao's got this system now where, with the matching bonus, I get thousands of coin every single week. Yeah. Just for the matching bonus. So I'm running like a crazy person because this matching bonus got me going. I mean, if you understand truly what Mr. Harrell has put together, you will take every spare dime you got, you get all the coin you can, and you take every spare minute you got, and you will build your business so you can earn all the free coin you can. Because whatever you do in this next 12 to 24 months, like Mr. Harrell's site said, we're going to create 20,000 millionaires in the next 24 months. For those who are listening, whatever you're doing in the next 24 months, everything is critical, not just to your future, but you're living in a position now to set up your family for maybe 50 to 100 years financially, if you're paying attention and you take action. That's how significant this thing is. This is not buying a new Corvette. It's not buying a new Escalade, buying a new Mercedes, just getting a Bentley. This is about setting up a situation of generational wealth that can last your family for 25 to 100 years.
You were talking about the free coins that you're getting. Stephen was inventorying my account because he goes through my accounts like he's an accountant. And today he said, Mom, you have a lot more coin than you had, before. And I said, well, that must be the gift coin that Carabaos is giving, because he goes, I'm wondering where this coin come from. I said, that's the gift coin that we're getting. So it's just, you just keep doing the business, keep buying coin every chance you get, and you're going to benefit from it. So anyway,
God bless you.
we're not, yeah, they're going to bring me some water. I'm not going to keep you on, but hold on for a second.
So yeah, it's real simple what we're doing, folks, and you can be a millionaire by choice. And on this summit that I know Ms. Abrams about to segue into us to get her voice back, I'm excited about it because, yeah, we're gonna have an opportunity to meet a presentation where people invite their guests to come out and see the presentation. But also, I mean, look at the folks who are going to be there speaking as well. And of course, one of the folks that's going to be there is Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. And Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, we go way, 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 way back. See, I knew about his book coming out way back in 1990, about 2 years, they tell you now, about 2 years before his book came out. I read a little excerpt. I think it was in Black Enterprise magazine at that time about this book coming out about Black folks in wealth by the Napoleon Hill Foundation. And so this book hit, I ran out immediately, of course, and got me a copy. I mean, I'm talking the hardback. This hardback is from 1991. That means this thing right here is like 1991, 1990. This thing's like 27, 28. This thing's old. Okay, because what's it, 2001, 2011, it's been 20 years. So we're talking about 20. This copyright on this is 1991. Okay, and I've been telling folks right now, Val been buying one everywhere she can find it. She buying them. I had about 20 of them or so at the Let's Go weekend. They were gone in a minute. And the difference between this book and my other book, thinking the regular thing of rich, is that in here you hear stories of African Americans and what they did to achieve. The principles are the same, but instead of reading about Thomas Edison, you read about George Washington Carver, you read about Booker T. Washington, about Oprah Winfrey. Instead of other celebrities, other ethnic groups, you read about Black Americans, African Americans who have achieved using the principles prescribed in Napoleon Hill's book. And so that person is going to be on the cruise. That person alone is worth coming to spend that next couple of days with. I mean, seriously, folks. Or just to understand, and he's written now, I guess, 7 or 8 different books. But this was the original. They can go Rich with Black Choice. He got some others out there, Black and Wealth. It's different titles. But this is the original. Now, I encourage you to go to Amazon.com or go to any used bookstore, thrift store, and when you see a copy of this, grab it. Okay? Because see, this one, they haven't reprinted. What I think go Rich. I mean, anyway. I got a bunch of they go on the shelf. Okay. The original thing of Rich, they keep reprinting that.
Yeah.
And they're available at Barnes Noble for like $7.98. Okay. But they haven't reprinted this, not even paperback, in the last 10, 15 years. So this is a hard thing to get a hold of. But this right here, see, none of these books mean anything if you don't have a vehicle. Just like, to read this book, The Dream Chaser Manifesto, and go back to your job, there's Ms. Abrams. I mean, it's like, it's just another book. But when you read this book, these 2 books, and you have a vehicle in your hand, like Carabal's International, it changes everything, okay? It's a game changer, because now you have a vehicle. And so that Millionaires Summit, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the opportunity. We're going to talk about Carabal's. We're also going to talk about becoming wealthy and staying wealthy, okay? Not just getting wealthy, but getting there and staying there.
Yeah.
Got my homegirl, look, Lisa Gordon, Lady Lisa Gordon, Dr. Patrice Gordon gonna be there. And of course, the financial guru himself, Mr. Alan Austin, will be in the house. I mean, please. Okay, Alan Austin's worth the summit himself. If nobody else is coming, just Alan Austin talk about money and facts. That's worth it. See, I mean, please, folks. So I'm just telling you, I can't wait to be there. Okay. I always love going to Los Angeles anyway. So it's just my excuse to go back to California on July 12th and 13th.
Listen, Mr. Best, Carl's Jr. changed the recipe on the chocolate chip cookies. So, that was your reason for coming. But right now, the tickets are discounted. Summit only $175 through until the 1st of May, which is Wednesday. And the Summit and Cruise is discounted to $275. We do have still tickets available. There's only a couple hundred left. But that's still a couple hundred. So you have an opportunity to get your tickets get there, get the knowledge, because some of us, as early as this summer, will be millionaires. Of course, I'm speaking hypothetically. We're millionaires in spirit. We're not going to talk about our real assets, but we're just going to be millionaires. And to wait for a whole nother year, it can be gone. That's why we were talking yesterday about lotto winners. They have this windfall and they don't know what to do with it. And one of the things Mr. Austin was saying was, because they don't know what to do with it, they don't understand how fast they're spending it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They feel like, I won $10 million. I'm set for life, when $10 million, according to what things are really costing these days, especially in California, no, you're not set for life. And that 10 million is gone so fast. And you look up and wonder, what did I do wrong? Because most of it you didn't even spend on yourself. You start doing crazy things with the money. Well, we're looking at a windfall and you need to protect it, because the whole purpose of Mr. Harold Seitz, he says he wants to free people so that they could live independently and decentralized from the banking system. That's going to take some planning. Mm-hmm. That's going to take some planning. So, Mr. Best, I want to thank you for coming, because I know it's probably nap time. You got to get a nap, because you're going to wake up in an hour and hit the ground running again. So any closing words?
I say it's going to take some planning and some discipline, Ms. Abrams, because the biggest thing is discipline. When you have that money, I made the statement, there's always something else to buy. And advertisers come at you all day long. There's always something else to buy. So that's where the discipline comes in. You got to budget yourself and say, I'm not going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to save. This one, I'm going to look, cash out and get some more gold. Don't just cash out or get some more coin. Okay. But just cash out and buy a bunch of things that depreciate instead of appreciate. That's not the idea. Mm-hmm. And so you may have to do some things you want to do or have to do, but be conscious of that thing. People ask all the time, how does a professional athlete who had a $50 million contract end with no money? And you see that happen over and over again, because like I said, until you make that kind of money, you don't understand. And you might be paying $100,000, $200,000 a year just for accounting services. Your mind can't wrap your mind. I can count my own money. No, you can count your money when it's $50 grand a year. When it comes to $2 million, $10 million, you're going to need some help. I hate to say it to you, you're going to need some help. Okay. I was sitting there counting some stuff the other day. I kept falling asleep trying to count my gold. I said, forget it. I'm sitting there saying this thing is going to take you to another level, folks. Just another level. And so we got to start thinking there. And let me say something else. And I'm going to close with this. Everyone is called. I hope you understand. You're already millionaires right now. Mm-hmm. You got to start possessing and seeing that. Just because you don't have any, see, this is another little misnomer. People don't understand. Our idea of a millionaire is that rapper, that singer, the entertainer that's down there making the rain, throwing away their money. Okay, buying $900 of gear or going out buying $2,000 junk. I saw one video. Actually, I'm going to talk about that. That's what it looks. If you take a homeless person out and buy them $3,000 of clothes, have you helped that person at all? Yeah. Really, so you said this was nice what they did. They bought me a $400 pair of tennis shoes and a $400 pair of pants and a $400 jacket, and they bought me a $300 cap. And I'm sitting there, I'm going, you ain't helped that person. No. You dressed them up with a $1,500, $2,000 of clothes. What do you do, wear them every day? Next week, he's still starving. He's still hungry. We got a program, so we're going to teach you how to fish. We're going to teach you how to catch the fish, store the fish, save the fish, and we're going to have to teach you how to teach other people to fish. Completely different process. And so it's not just about getting the money. That's just step one. They want to show you how to retain some money, how to grow some of that money. That's what Lisa Nichols talks about. Getting it is one thing. Keeping it is another thing. Growing is another thing. It's 3 steps, this whole 3 legs to this whole process. This stool called financial independence. You want to be free? That's one thing. The way to be free in the morning, stay out of debt and don't give away all your money. Okay? And that's another thing we didn't talk about. One of the things you got to deal with, when you earn the money, you've taken the risk, you got the money, all of a sudden you can start feeling good. I talk about that in my book. You start feeling some kind of way about your own success. And if you're not careful, you will give away all your money. I know somebody said, I wouldn't do that. Yes, you will.
Yeah.
Yes, you will. Because you start, you sit there, you every time you drive past on the street, say, man, I'm hungry for food. You give them $20, $30. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying, but you just, all the time you will. Okay. Every time a relative calls, they're gonna call somebody. Okay, if you know when you got money, they're gonna call you. And some point you have to say, you have to cut the faucet off. I'm gonna tell one last story. Hollywood Henderson. Some of you remember Hollywood Henderson. Hollywood Henderson made millions of dollars. 25, 30. This is in 1977. That's $7, $8 now. Wow. Man made some $20 million back when a dollar was a dollar. And by the time he left the NFL, he was flat broke. For two reasons, he said himself, drug abuse and family. He said, man, he just gave everything. I mean, anytime his family called, he gave money. And by the time he left the NFL, within 2 years leaving the NFL, he was flat broke. Had gone through some $20, $30 million. Watch this. Then God should have it. That dude hits the lotto. I don't know if you guys know this story. This is Hollywood Henderson, linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys, right? Wow. He hit the lotto for like $14 million. He said, I know he broke again. It'll never happen. He called all his family members together, right? I just true story, guys. He called all his family members together and he gave them all $100,000. He said, here's your 100,000, brothers and sisters, 100,000. He said, I'm gonna tell you what, when that's gone, don't call me. I said, no. He said, I'm not gonna be broke again. Okay. And that happens to so many people. The first time they make money, man, they say, oh my God, you take care of everybody. Next thing you know, where'd all the money go? Yeah. And think about it, if you got $1 million and you have to pay 20 to 30% capital gains tax on it, out of $1 million, $200,000 going right off the top. Yeah. So now you're down to 700,000. So anyway, we ain't gonna get into all the math, but I'm trying to tell you, be conservative. Okay, see yourself as a millionaire right now because you are. Don't think you're not a millionaire. Don't listen because you haven't gone and bought a new car and you haven't bought yourself a watch. You haven't done things that they think that average people think millionaires do. Model Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett worth $60 billion, living in the same house he bought in 1957. Model that model. Buy some stuff you want to, but I'm saying because don't lose your mind. That's all I'm trying to say. God bless. Man, I can talk about this stuff all night.
Well, thank you.
I might take a nap and come back and do a live stream 10 o'clock night. I did one yesterday for 5 minutes. I talked 55 minutes. I'm excited.
I know it. I know it's nap time and you'll be up and running. Well, Mr. Best, I'm so happy that you are going to fly across this country to be in Los Angeles, but understand this. I do have a plan B in case something happens because your health is first and foremost what we need. So I'll Skype you in if I have to. But you're looking good. All right.
You're great. I'm gonna be there. Like I said, I'm going to Cape Town, South Africa.
All right.
Stuff this week. I'm gone.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Best, and I will hear and speak to you on the power call.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Abrams. Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.